Alright, this is a video demonstration of the Ubiquiti AIRCAM. We were pretty excited to get this one in the mail. It's actually a 1 megapixel high definition camera that supports power over Ethernet. At the $99 price point, it seems like a really attractive product. A few things we noticed about it right away is that the mounting brackets and hardware is all complete with the kit. Everything kind of snaps together nice and easy. You have really nice adjustment screws and everything like that. And you got a sun shield that you can extend out to kind of protect the lens. The lens, it says megapixel on it, but this is actually just your typical micro lens, which is, you can swap it out with different angles if you want. You got a little sealed plastic cover here, and then there's no set screw to remove the lens. There's just a spring kind of holding it in place, so that means you can actually loosen it with your fingers. So the next thing we noticed about the Ubiquiti AIRCAM is the software. It's okay. As far as compared to other products, it works great as a recording solution and archival solution. As far as the live view and to quickly be able to access the footage that's recorded with their AirVision and VR software, it leaves a little more to be desired. I'll kind of give you a demonstration here. I'm going to plug it in so we get power to it. The software itself, the installation is a little weird. You have to install two pieces of software. One is the actual NVR, which just kind of sits in the background, and then you actually have the AirVision NVR software. We'll see if this can reacquire the video signal here. I already have this one pre-programmed, but just to kind of demonstrate, we have a watts up meter connected here. We're pulling about 2.4 watts, and that's typically what it gets. Some initial things we noticed about the cameras is that there is no night vision on these, and there is no infrared cut filter. So low light capability is not the greatest. We weren't super impressed with it. Ubiquiti has been building wireless antennas designed for outdoor weather conditions for a long time, so this is something that you can put up and plan on having deployed for a long time without any maintenance. We do like the enclosure. It looks really nice, visually appealing. But let's get the camera image loaded up here so you can kind of get an idea of what it's like here. So, I don't really like accessing security cameras via browser. It's dependent on Flash and a couple other things, and you get weird messages like this when you're trying to log into the camera system about security certificates. You can always fix that kind of stuff, but just for the basic user that's trying to deploy this themselves, it could be a little bit confusing. So it supports a map where you can kind of make a map of your location, and then if we go to live view, you drag the camera here. It's just the setup on this is not as intuitive as we would like. So I spent a lot of time focusing this camera, and by default they stream at 480p. You can kind of tell by the letter boxing here when I full screen the camera that it's not running in the supposed 1 megapixel widescreen here. Now I'm gonna zoom up our camera here so you can kind of get a better idea of what the image quality is like. Now, compared to other megapixel cameras out in the industry, this is just okay. It's really hard to get perfect focus on the camera. I put in different lenses, wide angle, telephoto lenses. Image quality is meh. I mean, it's better than a standard definition camera, but it really, compared to the other, this is rated 1 megapixel compared to a 1.3 megapixel, there's an immense difference in image quality and sharpness. I'm not really sure what the focus issue is. Like I said, we tried putting different lenses in to see if it was maybe the lens, but no, it's definitely not. So let's exit out of here. So if we go into the recordings here, when you're searching through recordings, it's not as intuitive as other systems as well. I mean, you can filter by time range and what type of recording it is. But honestly, it's just not, it wouldn't be for something where you need to review a lot of footage. Reviewing a lot of footage with this system would be very annoying compared to other products that we've seen out in the market. But it does have a decent price point, and if this is just for recording surveillance that doesn't need to be reviewed all the time, if you want to deploy a system and you're just trying to capture a worst case scenario stuff, you can always go back up and look up the footage. But if it's going to be an NVR system you're using every day, I really think their software interface has a long way to go. And typically a dedicated software solution will enable you to really look up footage a lot faster. And you'll kind of see that as we review more video systems out there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration.